In a world where everyone is screaming to be heard, proving they're right, proving they're worthy, there's a rare kind of strength most people will never understand: the strength of silence. See, most people react when they're hurt. They rush to explain. They beg to be understood. They send long texts, make calls, pour their heart out, hoping someone will validate their worth. But a Stoic doesn't chase. A Stoic doesn't beg. A Stoic knows that silence is not weakness. Silence is power. And today, I'm going to show you why. The more you explain, the more power you give away. Let that sink in. Every time you over-explain to someone who already decided not to understand you, you're handing them control. You're saying, my peace depends on your response. That's not peace, that's a prison. Real strength is when someone disrespects you and you walk away without a word, not out of ego, but because your dignity doesn't scream, it doesn't chase, it doesn't explain. It silently detaches. Now let's break down why silence is your superpower. 1. Silence makes them feel your absence. When you stop chasing, something happens. People start noticing. The paradox is this: the more you talk, the less they listen. The more you chase, the more they run. But when you go quiet, suddenly your absence speaks louder than any message you could ever send. Remember this quote: he who does not understand your silence will probably not understand your words. 2. Silence helps you hear the truth. When the world gets loud and you feel betrayed or misunderstood, the instinct is to seek answers outside, to call friends, scroll social media, or confront the one who hurt you. But Stoics do the opposite. They go silent, not because they don't feel pain, but because they know real clarity doesn't come from noise. It comes from reflection. In stillness, you hear the truth. I don't need closure. I need peace. I'm not angry they left. I'm angry I stayed too long. 3. Begging for closure is self-betrayal. If someone truly cared, you wouldn't have to beg for closure. And if they don't, your silence is the closure. Every time you write that long, unsent message, every time you rehearse that perfect explanation, ask yourself, am I seeking peace? Or am I abandoning myself to be understood? 4. Silence reveals the truth. Words hide. People lie with words. They justify. They apologize. They say what sounds right. But silence exposes the truth. Stop talking. Watch their actions. Who checks in when you go quiet? Who disappears when you stop giving? Who gets angry when they can't provoke you? That's reality, not words, patterns. 5. Not explaining yourself is confidence. Every time you try to convince someone of your worth, you're wasting energy on someone else's opinion. Confidence is not explaining yourself to people who've already judged you. Your value doesn't need a speech. Those who truly see you don't need an explanation. 6. Your detachment is the lesson. The most powerful goodbye is silent. You don't yell. You don't slam the door. You don't send the last word. You simply walk away with grace. And in that silence, you teach the only lesson that matters. I will not stay where I am not respected. There will always be moments where your emotions scream, explain yourself, fight back, prove your worth. But when that moment comes, I want you to remember this. Your silence might not win the argument, but it will win yourself back. Because every time you choose silence over chaos, you build self-respect. Every time you walk away quietly, you build inner peace. Every time you keep your dignity intact, you build a kind of power no one can take away. So let this be your affirmation. My silence is my last word and my most powerful one. Thank you so much for watching.